There's no need for an overcomplicated, absurdly long video to tell you how this works because it's ultra simple. Turbochargers are made up of a turbine wheel and a compressor wheel. Both are connected by a metal stick called a shaft. When one wheel moves, the other moves. These wheels spin very easily. The turbo bolts to your exhaust manifold and exhaust gases push on the turbine wheel to spin it. Since both wheels are attached, the compressor wheel spins too. It grabs air and shoves it into your intake manifold. But this isn't the special part. The special part is what happens when you hit the gas. The engine produces more exhaust, the turbine spins faster, and so the compressor spins faster. That's when the compressor wheel forces so much air into the intake manifold that it becomes pressurized, force-feeding the engine more air than it could ever breathe naturally. The reason the compressor wheel doesn't spin backwards, stop, or allow the air to escape back out the compressor wheel inlet is because the energy from exhaust gases provide enough continuous torque on the turbine wheel to maintain its motion and continue to propel it forward. But in the event that exhaust gases cannot provide enough energy, the compressor wheel can lose its grip on the airflow, and this is referred to as aerodynamic stall or surge, and the air will reverse back out the compressor wheel inlet. People always talk about the cold side and hot side. All they mean is that fresh air is pulled in and compressed by the wheel on this side, the compressor wheel, so it's called the cold side. And exhaust gases flow through this side, the turbine wheel, and as we know, exhaust gases are extremely hot, so this is called the hot side. So now your question might be, how do you control the turbocharger? Well, because the turbocharger speed is controlled by the amount of exhaust gas and pressure trying to flow through the turbine wheel, spinning it or spooling it up, we simply need a device that can relieve that pressure and allow exhaust gases to bypass the turbine wheel. This simple device is called a wastegate and can open and close. When the wastegate opens, exhaust gases flow out of it, bypassing the turbine wheel and avoids the turbo spooling up any further. When the wastegate closes, the opposite happens, and exhaust gases flow through the turbine wheel to move it or spin it and spool it up. The wastegate can either be computer controlled or mechanically pressure actuated, and there are two versions of this: the external wastegate and the internal wastegate. The one showed here is an internal wastegate because it's inside of the turbine housing right next to the turbine wheel. An example of an external wastegate would be a wastegate that's attached directly to the turbo manifold to let the exhaust gases bypass the turbine wheel and exit out the manifold through a separate port, that port being the wastegate. But they both do the same thing, diverting exhaust gases away from the turbine wheel to prevent over-spooling, with external wastegates being the go-to for performance and internal wastegates being worse and used mostly by OEMs due to cost. So subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below if you want me to go deeper into boost pressure, exhaust dynamics, air density, or anything else you want in the next video. Thanks for watching.